Hi there and thanks for joining us. Welcome to our new business series, Red Business in Focus, with Cork's local enterprise offices. The backbone of our community are small businesses who have the ambition to take on the world. Small businesses with really big ambition, and we're going to be meeting the personalities behind those businesses every week in our year-long series throughout 2022. We'll be bringing you all the business news, hearing from inspiring entrepreneurs and sharing business success stories, as well as meeting the people who are taking the business world by storm. Now, first in the spotlight is Rosie Mansfield of Premier TEFL. She has an impressive business career already, spanning some 15 years in the TEFL training industry, and her passion for travel, for English and for exploration really is infectious. 5 years ago, she developed her own entrepreneurial and innovative skills to form Premier TEFL, and we are delighted to have her as our very first guest on the show. Rosie, how are you? It's lovely to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. I am delighted to be here.
Now, because you're the first person here, you're going to have to be the first person to do this part, right? I need you in 30 seconds to tell us what your business does, and I have the stopwatch ready. Off you go.
What we do, Jonathan, is we give people the freedom to live and work abroad. And we do that through harnessing their native English speaking skills, and we take them through what's called TEFL training, teaching English as a foreign language. And with that qualification, you can then live and work anywhere around the world, teaching English to non-native speakers. And we also not only offer the courses, but also offer paid teaching semesters abroad called internships, and we also help people into jobs.
Well, 31 seconds. You did 1 second over. You did well. You did really well. Now, how did you get into this? Because TEFL is something that I'm familiar with. I've heard it spoken about a lot. But what was your route into it?
Lots of people have a friend who've done it, or a cousin or something, and I hear that nearly every day. But what my path into it was actually through a company called I2I, and that was the original company that created online TEFL courses back in the 90s. And so I was fresh out of uni, and I came from Stirling in Scotland over to the south coast here, and I started working for the company as a new graduate. And for me, that was my introduction to volunteer travel overseas and also teaching English as a foreign language.
The TEFL is a real way of helping people who will go to other countries to earn a crust, isn't it? It's a vital part for the gap year, for the person who's gone off to try and find themselves, or who just wants to see a little bit of the world. And you saw a good bit of the world yourself, did you?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think what really captured my attention at the time was that if you wanted to do a gap year, you would normally work in a bar, or you would pick up kind of ad hoc work and things like that. But if you wanted to travel and have a decent income and do something that really stood out on your CV, then TEFL was amazing for that. And then luckily, I got the chance to go firstly to Kenya in 2006. And so I went off and I spent a couple of weeks working in orphanages and schools. And I really just got sort of infected by the change that could happen by being part of something like that.
Now, are your customers the people who want to go off and do this? Do you understand your customer really well because you were once the customer?
I'd like to think so, but as the team keep telling me, I'm no longer the demographic, apparently. But yeah, I think that's what has helped me, in the last sort of decade, is that I understood exactly what people wanted from this experience, and I could help shape that. And so I hope that has helped Premier TEFL to grow to the company that it is, being able to see it as a customer from the inside.
You're based out of Youghal in Cork, so you're growing a company that's a skill set that can be applied anywhere in the world, because English can be taught anywhere, realistically. How easy is it to grow your business out of Cork?
So easy, because I think that this is a hotbed. In the whole of Ireland, I actually wouldn't want to be based anywhere else. Cork is a huge county, but the support level is massive. And I think that from day one, when we first went to the Leo to introduce ourselves and to chat through things, the number of supports that are constantly being rolled out are incredible. So in terms of being able to grow your business, yes, if you've got an idea and you want to run it past somebody or get a mentor or anything like that, then the South Cork Leo has been absolutely vital for us.
Where does the business go now? Because there'll never be a shortage of people who'll want to do this. There'll never be a shortage of people on the planet. There's about 7 billion, not all of them speak English. So Where can you see Premier TEFL going next?
Well, for us, in terms of people learning English, there's 1.5 billion people learning English right now, and over 300 million of them are in China. So in terms of Premier TEFL, the next level for us is that, yes, okay, we train our people in terms of we give them English government regulated TEFL qualifications, really substantial. It's the same as sort of 2 years at college. So you get your qualification from us. We do 1 semester teaching placements to help you get your first gig. But the next thing for us is actually to develop our own online English school. We're developing our own institute so that our graduates, once they complete our TEFL course, we can help them into paid jobs with us. They'll stay in our family for much longer, and so help them to develop their career really from us.
And that lastly, it's the classroom, it's the Zoom on the kitchen table. Has the pandemic helped that? Because people realise that you don't have to be physically in a single location to do something well.
Yeah, for sure. Last March, I was sitting at my desk, and we had teachers in China, and we had just sent teachers to Vietnam, and I said, right, I need to create a kind of a disaster plan here, you know.
You did the same as everyone else, you panicked.
Absolutely. It was a disaster planning moment, but yeah, I panicked and I thought, okay, all my teachers are going to come home. Schools are closing. Nobody's going to be able to go out. Things are looking, you know, pretty bleak. But as it happened, and I didn't, naivety or panic or whatever, I didn't see it. But what was happening was everybody was moving online. And so, yes, absolutely, we've been so blessed that we've been able to continue our business through the pandemic. We've been able to help people pivot their career. So anybody who lost their job in hospitality or any of those jobs that were closed, casinos, anything like that, nightclubs, they took a TEFL course, taught online in the last year, and now they have the ability to go abroad when things open up a bit more.
It's just a fabulous way to do it at a time of crisis, and proof that there's such demand out there. What's the website for people who need to find out more?
PremierTEFL.com.
And that's TEFL for TEFL.
That's right.
Rosie, it's been a pleasure. Rosie Mansfield, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Join us next week where we'll be chatting with Phil Cohn about his second generation family business, Academy Cress. We'll also be picking his brains on productivity and how his 4-day working week worked for his business over the last 2 years. We'll see you next time on Red Business in Focus with Cork's local enterprise offices.